Okay, moving on here, 7.2. We're going to talk a little bit about what to expect during the hiring process. So, depending on the company, it could be a lengthy process, but typically, your resume is going to get you into the testing. So, once you get your resume dialed in, they'll contact you, and then you can move on to the testing portion, like we talked about earlier. From that point, if you pass the test and you're able to move on, you'd move into a panel interview. And so I know, John, you've been a big part of these panel interviews, being on the apprentice committee and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
What can they expect in the interview process?
So typically, you'll see anywhere from 3 to 5 panelists. Those panelists typically come from other utilities, to be fair and impartial. And they will have a series of questions for you. Typically, we go with 10 questions, and we give the candidate about a half hour to 40 minutes to answer these questions and expand on them. So we're looking for not quick answers, but we want more precise answers that cuts right to the chase and answers the questions that we've asked. And we're also looking for a little bit of expansion on that, minding the time limit that you have to deal with. So it'd be best to practice. If you could get go online and look for some practice test questions that utilities possibly would have out there. Go online and practice them. It's best when they ask you a question to think about the question, to digest it first, formulate your answer, and then answer the question. It's important that you look the panelist in the eye when giving answers to the questions, and make sure to make eye contact with all the panelists, not just one that asked you the question. Try to engage them and communicate to them. That's what we're looking for as well, is a very able communicator that's able to expand on thoughts.
Yeah, I'd like to add too, John, we're going to provide some links below for some study guides for you guys. Now, these are study guides for some of the larger utilities in the United States. Not every utility is going to be having a study guide, but they're all going to be basically the same. So, check out the links below that we've provided, and this is going to be a great way for you to see what's going to be on a test, so you can prepare yourself. So you'll do your best. And I think that's about it for Module 7. We're going to be moving into a little more about how to crush the interview next, huh, John?
Rolling into Module 8, people.